Okay, onto the car. Here's the rear end. And looky here. See that? Would you believe that I found that drive shaft, the proper length, with good U-joints, and even a double U-joint here in the back, and the proper flange in the shed. The only difference was the bolt holes were in the companion flange were slightly smaller. I drilled them out one drill bit size, so the bolts that came with the 8.8 would fit. And I'm just now taking them back out, putting me a little bit of this fancy lipstick style Loctite on them, and reinstalling them so they don't come loose. And we have a drive line. Didn't even need to buy one. Ain't that something? Now I may do something different with my pinion snubber, because I cut that one off for the other rear end. One thing I did slightly different with this is we turned the pinion down on this a couple more degrees than the other one was when we welded the purchase. I don't know if you can tell, but it's down about 4 degrees with the weight on the car, which is what it's supposed to be. And it'd have to turn up probably 12 degrees to hit that snubber. So I don't know if that's going to do me any good unless I space it. Or I could continue my plan of some traction bars. But I don't know. I might. Not sure how far I'm going to go with that. I guess we'll see. But before I can get to that, I need to install my wheel spacers, because my tires hit the inside dog houses, wheel houses, not dog houses, wheel houses on both sides. Because this rear end is slightly narrower than the previous one. Bought some 1-inch hub-centric wheel spacers on eBay. Pretty inexpensive part. They're really nice. But I have to shorten the studs slightly so they don't hit the wheels. And I'm going to put them on, put the wheels on. And I may start this thing back up, put it in gear, and watch everything spin for the first time. Oh, after I verify the wheels fit, I'm going to bleed the brakes. But I might set this thing on the ground today. Ha ha! Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, just for illustration purposes, here's the wheel on the spacer. And you'll see with the studs ground down, there's no interference with the wheel. Fits pretty good. And on this side, I haven't ground the studs yet. You'll see how far they stick out of the spacer, which is why I have to grind them off. Pretty common with a small spacer, 3/4, 1 inch, even a 1 1/4 inch spacer. A lot of times you got to grind the factory studs. You go with the bigger spacers, you don't need to, but you also notice my finger in the light. This spacer includes a center hub for the wheel to ride on, and a recessed area inside that fits over the hub. That's why it's called hub centric. Keeps it centered so it don't get a wobble or a wobble, and that's what makes these really nice. Tommy boy, what are you doing, man?
Nothing.
Oh, all right. Well, here's the update. Wheels are on. Brakes are bled. All is well. I don't have any synchro mesh fluid. I'll have to get some. But I finished welding clutch mechanism. Drive shaft's in it. Keys are in the house. I put 5 gallons of 110 octane race gas in it. It's ready to come down off the jack stands, other than the fact that it's got no transmission oil in it, or whatever was in it, little transmission oil. It's cold, it's crappy, it's Valentine's Day. Tommy's cold. He's got a flowery umbrella. So we're gonna go in the house and sit with his lovely mama. Come on, boy, let's go. Welcome back, my people. So I was showing you my U-joint, and pretty proud that I had one. But while I was filming that, I actually didn't even notice it then, but when I was watching the film of that, I happened to notice that the panhard bar was resting upon the top of the rear end housing. Well, the car was sitting on, the weight of the car was sitting on. I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I came in and I trimmed the ears off that were protecting the speed sensor that's not being used anymore. I even cut the top of the sensor off to clearance it. Still didn't have enough room. So I came back and I modified my mount to raise up this end of it, and that worked out pretty well. That clearanced it. And then I found that there were a few other things that were clearance issues, so I ended up lobbing off the rest of the wheel well. Spare tire tub has some pretty good rust holes in the bottom of it anyway, so no great loss there. And I already did the floor panel above it, so not like it was getting used, but so that gave me clearance for my brake lines. And fuel line on the other side was a little bit close, and I had the boy jumping on it the other night, and I noticed that the only thing left is my little vent hose there. I got coiled on top, is mashing into the floor pan at full compression, which is not a huge deal other than the fact that I could move that coil, but then the brake lines would hit. So I decided to lower the bump stops, which are these, just slightly, and that will fix that. So came in and, oops, I got this one done. I just made some plates. Came in, made some plates, put up under it, spaced it off the frame another, I don't know, 1/2, 3/4 of an inch. That should give it plenty. Did put a little reinforcement strap on that side because it acted like it wanted to pull through. It's just threaded into the box frame. And started to strip, and I said, before I strip it all the way, I'm going to put an extra something on it. So I just cut a U-strap off an old U-joint, put on there. That ought to keep it in there. So I hope that does the trick. There, now that side's done. That side seems to tighten up a whole lot nicer. So I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm not gonna put anything extra on that one. I think what I'm gonna do now is put the wheels back on this thing and put it on the ground. Oh, no I'm not. Still gotta do the emergency brake. Never mind.